Hello, my lovely people, and welcome back to the Dawn Seepster Show. And I'll be honest, man, we're getting to that point again as a Marseille fan, and we all know that point where you realize that the season is petering out. You know, I've tried to make videos the past few days, and I just can't bring myself to make them because I'm tired of the same thing happening every year. And it's really disappointing because it's unacceptable where we are right now. It's unacceptable. You cannot lose 5-0 to PSG. You cannot lose to Club Brugge after having literally a 1% chance of failing to go through to the next Champions League stage. We keep losing games in Liga. We kept, towards the end, we lost games in Champions League. And this PSG match just becomes the culmination. And you know PSG are always ready. They're always the catalyst for change at this club. Because now we realize how far we are from PSG. This is a PSG side that is not as good as last year. This is a PSG side that has been rattled and riddled with injuries. And we still can't even compete with them. We cannot even compete with them. It's not acceptable. And that goes to the title of this video, which I will name it, is The Marseille Crisis. And how this time we need to go about it. I believe nothing irrational should be done. I don't believe anything irrational should be done. But some real changes need to be done. This goes from the fucking... I'm not going to blame the fans this time. You know, we should demand more. That's just the truth. But we're at a situation where we can't keep chopping and changing. We can't keep ranting. So for me, this goes to the players. This goes to the board, the management, and it goes to the owners as well. Like, I think the fans have behaved themselves this year compared to last year. I thought the fans last year really sabotaged, or it is the year before that, the 23-24 season, they really sabotaged our season. I think this season our fans have behaved, but we're at a situation where our players are not performing and our manager is not performing. And I'm going to say something that may surprise you, but I look at Pablo Longoria and I look at Mehdi Benatia, and it's hard for me to put blame on them. See, looking at the amount they've spent on this team, they've spent so much money on the team. You look at the players at Roberto De Zerbi's disposal. You got Mason Greenwood, you got Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, you got Igor Pajal, 35 million, you got Hamad Traore, you got Amin Guiri, you got Aubameyang on the bench. You got Ethan Nwaneri in the front three, who can also play as a number 10. You got Abdelli. You got seasoned, experienced players like Højbjerg and Kondogbia. You got a Medina who I rated. I thought he was a live wire. I thought he was fire. You had Rulli, who had a good season. He's obviously proven that he's not up to the level again, sadly. And I think he's probably had his last chance, Rulli. You know, at a top club. I think it's over for him. But what I'm trying to say is you got a Gerd, you got Pavard. It's just unacceptable to see where the team is at right now. It's unacceptable. You know, you can blame certain players like Medina for poor performances. You can blame players like Belletti who should have been gone. You see he's not good enough. You see the last few games, you just see his inexperience, and he should be experienced. But you just see he still does not have the brain of a defender who should be performing at a top level. He doesn't have that brain. He doesn't have a footballing brain, a defender's brain. He's poor. He's poor. He needs to be sold. Geronimo Rulli had a great season, but I always felt like he was gonna flop at some point, and it's come to that point. Thank you for the first season. This season, your true deficiencies have come across to all the fans. We see you now, and we're not impressed. I can talk about more players who have failed, players who should leave. Kondogbia, I think he should leave. It's not acceptable to be injured that amount, and then when you play, you're not even that good. It's not acceptable. The players are not delivering, but I also have to at the same time acknowledge that there's no way these players are as bad as they are playing. They should not be at such a low level of tactical knowledge. The defense, the way we just get cut open, they should not be at that level. The defense, we should not be at this level. So poor. So then I look at the manager. This is the talking point now. Because this is about Roberto De Zerbi. And how is he good enough, guys? Is he good enough? And the question is, well, is he good enough to do what? What are our expectations as fans? My expectation this season, make it through the Champions League, get to at least a quarterfinal, round of 16, but mostly a quarterfinal, and he's failed. He's not even got out the group stage, the league phase, which I feel is quite embarrassing. Trophy de Champions, we didn't win. We put a good performance up. It's a shame we didn't win. I'm not gonna hold him for that. League, poor. This season, I said, should have been the year you build on last season. You challenge PSG. You don't have to win it, but you got to challenge PSG. We're at a moment where we are 11 points behind PSG. That is unacceptable. After the season we had last season, you need to upgrade. When you're not upgrading and you're not, you're stagnant. Guys, we're not stagnant. We are declining. We're getting worse. I don't know how that's possible. When you look at how much has been spent on this team, that's why I say I find it difficult to blame Mehdi Benatia and Pablo Longoria. See me as the amount they've invested into this team. I'm looking at the output and it does not match the investment. If I'm Longoria and I'm Benatia, if I'm Frank McCaw, I'm looking at this team and I'm thinking, how can you have Mason Greenwood? How can you have Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang? You have Benjamin Pavard, World Cup winner. You have Naif Aged, World Cup semi-finalist, AFCON finalist. You have Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Kondogbia in midfield. I'm looking at where we are. It does not match up. You cannot be behind Lens. And you cannot be 11 points behind PSG. So again, it goes back to the manager, Roberto De Zerbi. What's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. We're dealing with a manager who refuses to take blame for his mistakes. We're dealing with a manager who refuses to take account for the poor decisions he's made. We're dealing with a manager who is blaming players, scapegoating players. Where is Murillo? He's gone. Why? He had a few poor performances, but apparently, and I'm looking at this L'Equipe, don't take this as gospel, but apparently he blamed Murillo as to why we've conceded so many goals. He's blaming Murillo for his poor positioning, for the certain goals. And I don't have an issue you blame players. How can that be the catalyst for you to say, it's all Murillo's fault, let's get rid of him, now he's gone? Does that make sense to you? That's the same they did with Angel Gomez. They've scapegoated Angel Gomez. They've scapegoated Matt O'Reilly. There's no reason to scapegoat players, especially players who have history of providing for the team like Murillo. He had a great season last season. Great servant for the club. Angel Gomez, Matt O'Reilly, these are attackers. They still scored goals. The issue is the defense. So my thing for Roberto De Zerbi is, when does it come to a point where you start blaming players and you start blaming yourself? Why are we in the situation we are in? Why do you change formations in every match? Why are we playing 3 at the back one game and 4 at the back the next game? Okay, it's fine. It's not about the formation. It's the way we play. One game, we play free-flowing football. We're playing beautiful football. The next game, you're playing 3 at the back. You're going defensive. You're playing rubbish football. Why? Aubameyang's been on the bench for 3 games straight. Same as Igor Pajau. Now you need to tell me, against Liverpool, against Club Brugge, you've dropped these players. But what you don't understand, De Zerbi, is you've dropped players who are your biggest goal contributors in the Champions League. You've dropped them. Why? Why? You must tell us. Pajau scored the most goals in the Champions League for us. Aubameyang scores the most assists for us in the Champions League. Biggest goal contributors. You've benched them. Why? It's nothing against Guiri. He's a great player. But why? It's bigger than that. It's bigger than Aubameyang versus Guiri. It's bigger than Traore against Pajau. Why have you destroyed the consistency of the team in the Champions League? Why? Does it make sense to you? No wonder we've lost all these games. There's no consistency. There's no consistency anywhere. The formation, the personnel, the competition. There's no consistency. I'm telling you right now, and I'm being very honest, there is a case for Roberto De Zerbi to be sacked. I wouldn't sack him because I give him the year. And I'd say, you better win the Coupe de France. You better win the cup. Because every competition you failed now at this point you failed. So now there needs to be a situation where you now, Coupe de France, we're going all for the cup now. Because if we don't win the cup, every competition is a failure. Every competition is a failure. And we're looking at a Roberto De Zerbi who has wasted money, wasted resources, flopped in the Champions League, flopped in the league, flopped in the Coupe de France, flopped in the Trophy de Champions. You flopped in every competition. There is an argument for you to be sacked. I'd wait till the end of the season though. Because, and let's be honest, guys. I'd be lenient if we were playing good football. I'd be lenient if we were playing consistent football. We are not playing consistent football. We are playing terrorism one week and we are playing beautiful football the next week. There's no consistency. It makes me think and it makes one wonder, is De Zerbi winging it? Is he winging it? Does he not know what he's doing? Is he confused? That's where we're at right now with Roberto De Zerbi. I'm quite disappointed. I'm quite disappointed because I don't know. This is not the amount of investment into this team and what we're getting is just not acceptable. It's not acceptable. That's why I leave Longoria and Benatia. Fuck the other stuff, because I'm on the footballing side. I'm a fan. I watch the footballing side. But I'm looking at the team right now. It's a good team. Why are we where we are right now is unacceptable. And Roberto De Zerbi needs to take account for it. He needs to take account for it. In the comment section, tell me what you think, man. Do you think De Zerbi's a fraud? Do you think he's a fraud, really? Is he a fraud? Because he's giving me fraud vibes. He's giving me fraud settings. He's giving me that. That's what it's giving right now. I hope it gives something different. You better win the Coupe de France. Simple as that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to even criticize certain players. We know the ones who are good enough. We know the one. But the third remains. We should not be where we are right now. It's unacceptable. See you in the next video.